group. Passers on each side.
They're just so unselfish. They play for one another. You can see how it keeps the whole team involved. And I'll tell you what, I just love watching teams that can pass like this.
So let's take a look at the starters for Toronto. Barrett is the 3, and Barnes will play the 4. Brandon Ingram out there with Emmanuel quickly. And it's Pirtle in at the 5 spot. Here's Atlanta now. Picked up by Okongwu. Here's Daniels. No good from outside. Toronto's gone 0 for 2 from outside. The 3 from Barnes. And again, Toronto, no good. Ingram against Young. And here's Okongwu for 3. That's in. Coming off an assist from Young.
And now the game is really starting to flow. We should be in for a good one.
Yeah, and it's important to get that first score quickly and establish your game.
And it's quickly with a miss. Atlanta's gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. Well, Grant, aside from making the East Finals in 2021, how would you assess Trae Young's teams?
Well, they're always solid offensive teams. But Trae is the type of player that you need to surround with defensive-minded guys, and he hasn't really had that.
Now here's Barrett. Tried to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good. Young against quickly. Young looking around. Johnson finds Young. No good with the triple.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
The 3 ball. And it's quickly. That time on the assist by Barrett.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Quickly against Young. Okongwu, a screen on Barnes. Pass to Young. From the arc. Can't get it to fall. 0 for 2 now. For Toronto, they've gone only 1 of 6 so far. And here's Ingram. There's the screen. Fires the 3. Kicks it out to Barrett. Fires the 3. After missing his first attempt, now 1 for 2.
You gotta like the quick decision-making from Barrett. Not even hesitating at all off the catch.
And a deep 3 from Young. And they come right back with their own 3-pointer. First quarter of basketball. Just over 2.5 minutes played so far. Quickly against Young. Outside Ingram. Barnes the screen. Beyond the arc. They get it back. Kicks it to quickly. Outside Barnes. Outside Ingram. Shot clock at 5. Barnes passes to Barrett. Takes a 3. Rebounded by Johnson. And so it's Johnson with it. He brings it up for Atlanta. There's Young with the 3. Pirtle grabs a miss. Raptors trail by 3. Left side Barrett. The 3 is up. Drops in the 3. Barrett's got 6.
Yeah, you want to get him going as soon as possible. Great way for him to start this game.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, if he gets into a good rhythm early, watch out.
Young from long range. Young missing again.
The green light they gave him early should probably turn red. He needs to get others involved.
Barnes passes to Barrett. Let's go with a 3. That one's good. And it's Barnes with the assist. 9 points in the game.
Well, the defense can't lose track of him. He's just too talented offensively.
There's Young with the 3. And it's Young again missing.
And he just hasn't been able to get it going this period.
Well, the offense has to look for ways to get him easier shots, better selections. You have to be set up for success.
Outside for Ingram. Back to Barnes. Pass to Pirtle. Over Okongwu. And another basket for Toronto. Atlanta with the ball. It's a 5-point game. Young way outside. An absolute bomb from 3-point range. Young's got his second basket of the game.
Watch how Young outsmarts the defense, going for the pull-up jumper when they're unprepared.
Misses again. 2 for 8 in this matchup. Ingram on the wing. This one for 3. Can't hit that one. And Ingram with the block. R.J. Barrett. He's feeling it tonight and has been the driving. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even on the scoreboard so far. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Toronto.
Well, they're in a great flow. The ball's moving. All those assisted buckets means the offense is running well.
And also, I like how they've let it fly from the three-point line, shooting with confidence so far in this one.
So on the floor for Toronto to kick off the second quarter. They've got Dick, and it's Castleton in at the center position, locking down the middle.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Hey, BA, the Hawks are figuring it out. Coach Quinn Snyder said, growth isn't linear. We want to just keep improving. The players have bought in, they're working, they're practicing hard, hitting the film. Everybody has been absolutely coachable. I think we're learning. Guys, it's all about the journey here.
Yeah, I'm trying to take that next step. That's how it's done. Thanks, Allie. The Hawks trailing. Despite ups and downs, the Atlanta Hawks have remained in the hunt season to season, Stan.
Well, Brian, this team has a lot of resilience. They're scrappy, they're hardworking, and it's helped them stay on the margins, at least, of the playoff picture.
Here's Mobo. No points so far. They get it again. Pass to Abaji from downtown. That won't go. Misses his first shot of the game. The Hawks have got 2 of 3 shots to go in the second. Niang outside. Takes the 3. It's rebounded by Dick.
Just enough of a shot contest to bother.
Here's Battle. No good on the 3. Atlanta's gone 2 of 4 from the perimeter in the second so far. And here's LeVert for 3 from beyond the arc, and then some. LeVert's got his first 3 points of the game.
Slow reaction from the D, and it cost him 3.
Dick, the pass to Abaji. There's the triple. The shot, no good.
Oh, he's frustrated there. You know he wanted to come right back with the 3 of his own.
Over to the wing. Screen by Capella. Pass to LeVert. Nance with it. 3-pointer. And Atlanta hits again from deep.
A Swiss Army knife talent. LeVert is very skilled at setting the table for his teammates.
Here's Dick. And they waste no time getting those 3 points back.
Anything you can do, I can do better. That one felt a little personal right there.
Well, and as a fan of the game, you have to love these back and forth moments.
Now here's Niang. Still without a bucket. Niang a screen. Here's Man. And Atlanta hits again from deep.
Oh, he's really showing off now. The threes keep falling with no signs of slowing down.
Outside Dick. They set the screen. Abaji can't hit. The Hawks lead by 7. Niang, pass to Man. LeVert outside. A minute 31 left in the first half. Niang, a chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. And for Toronto, they're shooting a low 30% from the floor. Here's Mobo. Drains the triple.
The defense gave him a little space, and he took advantage.
The Hawks have gotten 5 of 7 shots to fall in the second. Nance for 3. 2 shots, 2 makes. Off to a good start.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Here's Abaji. Pass to Battle. 3-pointer. The rebound by Atlanta. LeVert outside. Knocked away. The three. They get it back. Here's Mobo. There's the three. And the shot's off. 1 for 2 in this one. Nance outside. Niang a screen. Pass to man. LeVert with the ball. Guarded by Dick. Screen by Capella. Got it up. Barrett.
2 minutes are allowed to review the play.
These teams are going to have to wait before heading to the locker room. They're going to bring out the monitor and see if he got it off in time.
While this call may not decide the game, always...
Thank you, Allie. Good stuff. We will be right back after this break for the beginning of the third quarter. Well, for those just tuning in, thanks for being with us. Second half of this game still to play. Terrence, man, really making a difference here.
The numbers say it all. He spent the first half playing efficient ball.
Yeah, it's not like he's getting everything at the rim. He's playing smart and just taking what the defense gives him.
Johnson at the 4 with Okongwu at the 5. Trae Young out there with Dyson Daniels. And it's Risache in at the 3, the small forward. So that's the Hawks 5. Barnes, no good. Atlanta leading by 7 and picked 20th back in 2021. Jalen Johnson might end up being the steal of that draft, Coach.
Well, look, Brian, when we see guys take a big jump like Johnson has, it's usually because they have shot the ball better like he has. He's really blossomed during his third year and still has plenty of room to grow.
And any decent look from distance, he's taking it. He has that locked-in mentality right now.
Well, he's firing away with confidence from downtown. The defense better adjust to this, and fast.
To the left wing. Back to Young. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The Hawks need to get one up here. Here's Daniels. Oh, the Hawks again cannot hit it. And here's Quickly. He'll bring it up for the Raptors. And here's Ingram outside. Oh, again, Toronto with a triple.
And for the defense, that is a heart-sinking moment when you see him that wide open from beyond the arc.
It's the fire he's playing with that has him leading the team in rebounds.
Double digits for him on the glass. He's getting it done.
Barnes passes to Ingram. For the lead. Sends it home from three-point land. Ingram's got 6 here in the quarter. Here in the second half, these teams still neck and neck.
I really like how each team is matching the other's intensity.
Well, it's just not been his night. He's finding good looks, but they're just not falling.
Here's the 3. The rebound by Atlanta.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
The 3 from Risache. Gets the 3 ball to go. Risache's gotten himself on the board with a 3 there.
A defensive breakdown. Can't afford to leave him open from range.
Barrett finds Barnes. Outside Ingram. And this is a star-driven league, but talk about the importance of role players, Grant.
Oh, B.A., a lot of times they're the ones who carry the day. You know what you'll get from your stars, but when the X factor ignites, that can make the difference.
There's Young with the 3. Rebounded by Ingram.
Well, he is desperately trying to get something going, but this has not been his night. They need to consider making an adjustment.
Lets the 3 fly. Knocks down the triple. Now it's a 4-point Raptor lead.
Look at how smooth Ingram's shot is. Hard off the pass, he puts up a silky jumper.
Oh, the bomb from Young. My goodness.
And you have to guard him out there. I mean, he can do damage from deep, even from way beyond the arc.
Ingram with a screen on Young. Quickly passes to Ingram. Fires from deep. Oh, again, Toronto with a triple.
Just incredible. I mean, he's really making it rain out there, knocking them down one after another.
Well, what I love about his three-point shooting is the spacing that he's adding. It makes things a lot easier for everyone else.
And there's the call on Scotty Barnes. That's his first foul, and the Hawks going with a whole new group out there. There's a minute 12 left to play in the third quarter. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen is the call.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
Look, you can get away with a lot in terms of screens today. But you can't make it that obvious.
Here's Castleton, guarded by Capella. There's 53 seconds left in the third. Kept alive, pass to Battle. Puts up a three, hits the three-pointer. Battle's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. And here's LeVert for three. Unable to get that one. Raptors lead by 7. From behind the arc. And it's Battle missing. The Hawks shooting just 38% for this game so far. Niang, that's good.
Oh, nice ball movement by LeVert. A welcome sign for this team.
Pass to Abaji. There's a screen. And the Raptors get it back. Here's Mobo. Capella with a rebound. Capella's got 5 rebounds tonight. A big-time effort for Brandon Ingram, providing a lot of energy for Toronto. Absolutely carrying. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today coming from an unlikely position. It's the big fella with the sweetest pass of the day.
Yeah, it's pretty to watch. It's great to have so many big men in the NBA who can dish it like this.
3 tense quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we get ready for the fourth. So for Toronto right now, they've got Dick, and it's Mobo in at the 4. Back to LeVert. Pass to Niang from outside the arc. Toronto grabs the miss. Here's Mobo. Here's Battle, defended by Niang. Launches a 3. And it's Battle missing. Hawks trail by 4. Niang, left side, to the wing on the left. Pass to Nance. The 3. And Castleton pulls it down. Castleton's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. A few possessions into the fourth, just over a minute played. Here's Dick. And the Raptors miss again. Atlanta's gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the fourth quarter. Here's Niang. Off target from outside. Raptors lead by 4. 4-3. Abaji can't hit.
I know he's on a cold streak, but he can't let that get in his head.
Yeah, they might want to draw something up here to get him something at the rim or get him to the free throw line. Sometimes that's all it takes to snap a cold streak.
Pass to Dick. Jacks up a 3. The rebound by Atlanta. Nance has got 4 rebounds in the game. And here's LeVert for 3. That shot off. The Raptors have got nothing to fall in this fourth quarter. 0 of 5. And the basket by Abaji.
That's exactly the kind of shooting you need down the stretch to win games.
Now here's Man. Pass to Niang. Launches it. Rebound Toronto. A touch under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. For 3. And it's Niang with a rebound.
Yeah, you wonder what is he thinking right now. He's not shooting the ball well, and shots like that only hurt his team more.
Here's Abaji. Fires for 3. Capella with a rebound. Capella's got 9 rebounds now. Pass to Battle. Here's Castleton. From deep. The rebound by Atlanta. Nance has got rebound number 5 here tonight. LeVert outside. Outside man. Now Niang. 6 to shoot. The 3 is up. Bobo with the rebound.
At this point, I'm not sure if it's the play calling or the player himself.
Lets it go from deep. And again, Toronto, no good.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots. We all know he's a good shooter, but from that distance, I don't think so.
Yeah, it seems like everybody's jacking him up from way out there these days. You want guys to stay within themselves.
LeVert, that's good.
Easy to see why they trust LeVert's judgment. Impressive watching him getting it done in a big spot.
Abaji, pass to Dick. Here's Abaji. Fades away. No good on the shot. Now here's Nance. Guarded closely. LeVert passes to Capella. Screen by Capella. Niang outside. Screen by Capella. To take the lead. And it's Toronto with a rebound.
Trying to end this thing with some big threes, but the accuracy just isn't there tonight.
So Toronto ends up going with a new group. 23 seconds left to play in the 4th quarter. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
Tough one. In a game where every possession is valuable, turnovers can make the difference.
An excellent opportunity here.
Seizing the lead right now would be huge.
Daniels. The 3 won't fall. And now we've got an intentional foul.
And a smart choice right there. I mean, you can't allow them to just drain the clock.
Good on the first. And that'll put him up 2. And he hits both free throws here. And it's a 3-point game.
That was a giant trip to the line.
And looking to even the score with a huge 3.
Absolutely needed 3 here.
There's Young with the 3. Can't knock in the 3. So it's the Raptors taking the W in a close one. With the late victory, they upset plenty of these hometown fans.
They really should take this win to heart. When the
So Atlanta will get the first possession. So the opening lineup for the Heat. Wiggins is out there with Adebayo. Then there's Alec Burks. Then it's Tyler Hero. And it's Ware in at the 5 down low. Greg, since making it to the Eastern Conference Finals in 2021, the Atlanta Hawks haven't been that good.
And it was hard to tell if that was a Cinderella run at the time, but Kevin, looking like that might have been the outlier. The Hawks took some risks to get back there, but it just hasn't worked.
And he slams it one-handed.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
And we say it time and time again, so I'll repeat it. Have to be careful with the ball, or this is what happens.
And here are the Heat now, following the bucket by the Hawks.
You can tell Tyler Hero has put some hours in shooting the rock.
And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Well, earlier I spoke with Quinn Snyder. They were raving about an opposing player, in this case, Andrew Wiggins. Coach said, I have tons of respect for Wiggins. 100% effort on both ends. Andrew can beat you scoring it, but he can also be a shutdown defender. High praise for Wiggins, the former first overall pick. Kevin?
Okay, David, much appreciated. And Young kicks to Johnson. Fires the 3. And Young with the basket on the assist by Johnson. 9 points for Trae Young.
Good up-tempo play there from Young, firing that shot off before the D could react.
Pass to Burks. Back to Hero. Burks with it. From deep. It's good from long range.
And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from range.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
Bottom line, you need shooters on your team who can space the floor.
Oh, there's no doubt he's a legitimate threat from downtown, and he's demonstrating that in this game.
Now, here's Burks.
And guys, he saw his chance to earn a little camera time there and took it.
Rocking the rim with some major force.
And typically, he is not the major force in that regard, but good enough to punish a soft defense on that play.
We're talking about Trae Young here, GA. What stands out most about him to you?
Well, Kevin, I'd say just how confident he is, right? He plays with that unique energy and swagger. You love him if he's on your team and can't stand him if he's playing against you.
When you hit a 3 on Young, you can expect him to come right back at you.
Burks finds Adebayo. Burks a screen on Johnson. Back to Burks. Wiggins left side. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And taken away by Johnson. Young against Burks. The kick out to Young. Buries the long-range jumper. Young's got 18 points. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Atlanta.
Just a great job so far applying pressure defensively. The opposition is on their heels with the ball in their hand. Nightmares clamps thus far.
Well, they've really attacked off of the turnovers, so leaking out and capitalizing on fast break stuff.
The shot's good on the assist by Daniel. Young's got 20.
And you can see why this team depends on Young for a big chunk of their offensive production. This guy is a pure scorer.
And it goes out of bounds. That one off Okongwu. .115 left to play in the first quarter. Here's Hero. Well, Brent, since entering the NBA, Tyler Hero has been a constant scoring threat.
Yeah, Kevin, the scoring for Tyler Hero is always going to be there. He is a bucket, but the defensive improvement and really just the physicality that he needs to play with. Those are areas that Tyler could shore up a little bit to make sure he's on the floor for some of the biggest moments of a season.
The Heat trail by 7. In the corner, it's Wiggins. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
Good to see Wiggins out there from the corner. Just great rhythm on that 3.
And here's Young from the arc. Makes that one fall. It's his 8th bucket in 15 shot attempts.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
And he gets the bucket.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Puts up a deep 3. And Ware pulls it down. We'll see if they want to trade 2 for 1 here.
Got to time up that clock to do so.
Back to Adebayo. Outside Hero. The 3. And again, Miami with the triple.
Tyler Hero ready to pull the trigger at any time.
Atlanta's shooting at a nice 53% rate to start the game. They are sticking to the campaign. Johnson in the corner. Back to Young. Stolen by Hero. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Pushing it up. Riza with the steal. Young looking around. He gets it up. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And a good game so far as we conclude the first quarter. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And when you consider how Atlanta is doing, your thoughts?
Well, look at the turnover ratio, then look at the score. Easy to see what happened in that first period.
Yeah, hopefully the opposition can recover because that first quarter defensively was unbelievable. Just crippling defense.
On the floor for Miami, they've got Mitchell. Kyle Anderson is out there with Kevin Love. Then there's Jaime Jaquez. And it's Robinson in at the 2-guard spot. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Hey, Kevin, we all know about what Heat culture means. Bam Adebayo says we share the ball, play together, and we know where the shots are going to come from. We're just blessed to have a team like this. Everybody buys in, everybody competes, and everybody wants to get the job done. Kevin, back to you.
They've got great chemistry. Thanks, David. It's Anderson with the drive, and it's blocked.
More of this from Larry Nance Jr. rising up and tossing that one away.
It's tipped, and Mitchell with a clear path to the hoop. Plays it in off the breakaway. Mitchell's got his first points of the game. Here in the second quarter with a little over a minute gone. And Eric Spoelstra, the head coach of the Miami Heat, receiving a record 8-year, $120 million extension. Greg, that's some big dough.
Is it ever? And remains coaching for the only NBA franchise he's ever worked for. Already one of the most tenured head coaches in the association, and that figures to continue for a while.
Pass to man. Shoots over Jaquez. And once again off the mark by Atlanta.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
A nice shot by Anderson.
You know, all the way to the bucket, no resistance. Just swipe the candy from him.
And it's LeVert missing. Miami trailing. Now Anderson. Jaquez outside. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. For 3, Nance. And it's Miami with the rebound. Here's Anderson. Pass to Love. Back to Anderson. Mitchell outside. Anderson with the ball. The shot goes down and it gets this game back to even. Anderson's got 6 here in this quarter.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Got to fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation. No way he's going to pass that shot up. The D is way too far back and relaxed in getting out on him.
Here's Anderson. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the content. You know, it used to be teams hoarded their cap space to make a big splash in free agency. But, Brent, why is that less common now?
Well, really the mechanisms for you to retain and maintain your star power has gotten easier for teams as they have gone out for big extensions to make sure that their star is shining brightest.
LeVert from outside. And it's Anderson with the ball for the Miami Heat. They trail by 1. The three ball. It's hauled in by Clint Capella. Capella's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Here's Niang. Capella kicks to LeVert. Drops in the tray. LeVert's got himself on the board with 3 there.
From range, LeVert's one of those guys you have to respect his shot. He makes enough from beyond where you have to honor him.
He creates such a great opportunity right at the rim, and he just can't get it to go. Even with the defense not really a factor. He just takes advantage of the D in a way that very few players playing today can do.
Anderson. That one, no good. Nance with some nice D. Here's Mann. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. The Heat trail by 7. Anderson outside. Outside, Robinson fires for 3. The rebound by Niang. And for the Hawks, they're shooting from the field. 44%, not bad. Capella with a screen on left. Down he goes. Nice one there from Niang. Niang's got the lead up to 10 now for the Hawks. Miami's gone 5 of 8 from three-point land. 15 points and a deep ball for them tonight.
A bit of pride at stake, trying to get that last 3 ball back, but couldn't get it to fall.
Man, another 3 for Atlanta. There's 10 seconds left in the second quarter. Mitchell finds Hawkins, and they get it. The shot, no good.
All the energy is on the other side right now, and every miss just makes it worse.
Well, the other team is scorching hot, and they come down on this end and can't find a way to get the embers going.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime, so we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway. And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. It's been one outstanding game from Trae Young.
Well, through the first 2, he has been nothing short of a marksman from deep.
Yeah, you would hope the defense at least would start to consider creeping up on him just a little bit.
In the post, it'll be Johnson and Okongwu. Young is out there with Daniels. And it's Reza Shea in at the 3 spot. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. And Dwayne Wade is the first Heat player to be honored with a statue. And Greg, that's pretty significant for a very successful franchise.
And Kevin, well deserved, right? D-Wade, the best player in franchise history. He helped bring 3 championships to the city. Plus, he's already got a street name after him.
And Young's not shying away from any shot, but especially from long range. That's his meal ticket.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. Bam Adebayo talked about how his mentality has evolved over his career. He said, shoot the ball. I feel like that's been my evolution. It sounds very simple. But I came into this league as a defender. I feel like the progression's been shoot the ball, worry about everything else later. Kevin?
Certainly, DA is a two-way threat. Heat moving the ball around. Inside, here's Adebayo. And the layup's good off the glass.
That time, Bam just shifted the D over and found a bucket all by himself.
Young against Hero. And Young kicks to Daniels. Back to Young. Johnson outside. Pass to Reza Shea. Back to Johnson. On the clock. And he uses the glass on the layup. Johnson's got his first points in this one.
Unwilling to let up, even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Yeah, he's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this one away.
And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Yeah, you just can't afford to give up second chance opportunities again and again.
Hero from long range. That one is good. He's only missed one shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
Pretty much having the green light on the offensive end, Tyler Hero gets explosive to score.
Young's shot is off. The Heat trail by 12. Pass to Burks. Deflects the pass. Back to Adebayo. And now here comes Young leading the break. No good with the triple. Miami's gone 6 of 12 from outside. A very nice 50% mark. Shooting the 3-ball well. Shots good by Hero.
Fighting the inside defender, Hero really works to get to the bucket.
Pass to Rizashea. Back to Young. There's the triple. It's hauled in by Bam Adebayo.
He needs to try to get another basket this quarter because clearly his jumper is not going down right now.
Rizashea with the steal. Shoots the 3. It's hauled in by Bam Adebayo. Miami's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. And one of those guys, Brent, who can take over a game, sometimes from beginning to end, is Trae Young.
It is remarkable, Kevin, especially at his size in today's game. It reminds me a lot of playing against Allen Iverson, a guy who could dominate the game as a small player, and that's what Trae is. But what he can do offensively, the instincts that he shows, the way he can get it going offensively, he's truly a remarkable talent in terms of a small guy dominating a big man's game.
Burks for 3. Rebound by the Hawks. 17 points was their biggest margin. Daniels kicks to Young. 44 seconds left to play here in the third. Beyond the arc. And the 3-ball is good. And that's now 35 points for Trae Young.
That stroke looks so good from Trae Young.
Hero from long range. They get the rebound. Adebayo passes to Hero. So here's Burks, defended by Young. Burks can't get it to go. Atlanta leading by 11. It's tipped. Here's Hero. 19 points in the game. Okongwu grabs the board.
Well, that mid-range, Jay, usually pretty much on the money. Maybe the timing just a little bit off on that one.
Burks with the steal. 1 second left. And oh, he hits the buzzer beater.
Resourceful move there, ending the period on a high note.
Great.
And offensively, a great show for the fans through the first 3 quarters. It's been a fun game to watch. Hawks lead by 9. And time to step aside quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start of the 4th quarter. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feat.
The coaches talk about it all the time, but to be able to play with that kind of feel, nice play, collaborating, improvising, and organic.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this 4th and final quarter. On the court for the Heat, Kevin Love out there with Anderson. Then it's Mitchell. Then it's Robinson. And it's Jaquez in at the 3 slot. Back to Love. And Love throws it down.
Well, you have to get out there for Duncan's shot, so that's going to open things up for the screener.
And it's LeVert missing. The Heat trail by 7. And Anderson kicks to Mitchell. Looking to end his cold spell. There's the 3. Love can't hit.
And he's easily been their best rebounder tonight.
Well, he's been everywhere, and collecting those rebounds, that ends any kind of offensive possession and gets them started.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Pretty infectious right here. Guys in good spirits, and percentages from downtown on the rise in the second half.
Got a hand on it. Here's Niang, covered by Mitchell. Oh, and he almost had a 4-point play right there. He'll go to the line with a chance for 3.
Yeah, there was definitely some contact there on the three-point attempt.
And he's good on the second. And with this era of the Atlanta Hawks, Greg, they've gone as far as their defense has let them.
You look back at their conference finals run in 21, that was the last time they had a top 10 defense. So scoring's never been the issue with this core. The defense has been non-existent.
Jacks up a 3. Good on the triple. And the Hawks lead by 16. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for Atlanta.
All game long, they've had active hands and really out in the passing lanes. And that aggression on defense has resulted in a ton of steals.
Well, something else I've seen from them in this game is just how quick they are to capitalize on their turnover. I mean, they're pouncing on that stuff. You got to be careful when you're handling the ball around them.
And it's Anderson with the ball for the Heat. And there's the foul. It'll go on Terrence Mann. That's foul number 2 for him. And the Hawks with a completely new group on the floor. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Wiggins passes to Hero. Will it go? Atlanta with the rebound. Okongwu's now got 6 rebounds now in the game. Young from deep 3-point range. Quick shot there, and it's off target. The Heat trail by 16. Outside, Hero. Stripped it away. Pass to Young from deep 3-point land. Andrew Wiggins grabs the board. The Heat have gone just 33% from the field in the fourth quarter so far. They are 2 of 6. And a wide open look for Hero. And again, it's the Heat missing.
I think if I was coaching these guys right now, especially him, I'd tell him, you take one more 3-point shot, and we're going to have some conversations here side by side.
Miami's gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 3-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. The Hawks leading by 16. Pass to Young for the 3. That's in, coming off an assist from Johnson. Johnson's got 3 assists now in this one.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for Atlanta.
The sheer volume of 3-pointers was the deciding factor tonight, it seemed.
Yeah, they sink one and then do it again, and that strategy did work.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Trae Young.
He was doing everything right, and the points came in bunches. Definitely had the hot hand.
Nabbing another steal. And that's his 6th steal of the night.
Imposing his will at the defensive end.
And as it goes out of bounds, Atlanta able to keep the ball here. 36 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
It's Hero's quickness on defense right now that's helping him to be effective.
In transition, here comes Miami, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
His first, team second.
That one is off.
The line for the Heat. Winner. Taking 2 shots.
And he can't hit the second. Atlanta with the ball. They're on a 15-5 run here. And here's Young from the arc. Drills it from outside. Young's got 41.
This arena was rocking throughout the night. You could really feel the energy.
Yeah, huge motivation, always great for a young team, but veteran players also appreciate when fans come with that kind of energy and get into the spirit of the game.
Young's shot is off. And so Atlanta takes this one by a big margin. David, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. So for David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, Brett Barry.
conference assist leader. What makes a great playmaker?
Well, look at Brian Anderson doing his homework on his partner here. I think, obviously, you have to have some vision. You've got to have a handle to be able to get to the spots you want to on the floor, to deliver the pass at the appropriate angle. But maybe most importantly, you have to have a desire to make your teammates better.
And let's check Miami's starting lineup. They've got Bam Adebayo. Tyler Hero is out there with Alec Burks. Then it's Andrew Wiggins, and it's Ware in at center, locking down the middle. Launches a three. Adebayo grabs the board. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
I briefly spoke with Darko Rajakovic. We chatted about strategy against Andrew Wiggins, and Coach put it simply. He said, quote, "We just got to stay on him at the arc on the inside. We can't let him give our defenders a slip." So the defense is going to try to stay as glued to the nimble Wiggins as possible for this one.
Allie, thank you. 6 on the shot clock. For 3, Barrett. And it's Miami with a rebound. Well, Grant, the Miami Heat are as professionally run as any franchise in this league.
Yeah, and certain numbers point to that. They minimize turnovers, they don't commit cheap fouls, and they hit their free throws. So, in other words, they don't give anything away.
The Heat have gone 1 for 3 so far. Hero for 3. Drills it from deep.
Yeah, absolutely no hesitation from Hero. He shoots at will from range.
Quickly against Hero. The 3-ball. And the 3-pointer goes.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at it.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays. Well, he's a quality mid-range shooter, but he can't get that one to go.
Hurdle with a screen on Burks. The shot by Ingram, no good. Miami has gone 1 of 2 from 3-point land so far. And Burks gets it to go.
Well, you love the cleverness of Alec Burks. My goodness, how remarkable is that into the lane to finish?
Out of bounds. It'll be Miami's ball. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Hero against Quickly. Shot is up. Hero, no good. And Barrett has got the ball here for Toronto. They trail by 1. And here's Ingram from the arc. No good.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
For Miami, they've gone just 3 for 7 here at the start. Burks. Pass to Adebayo. Goes up on the wing. Here's Wiggins. Tries yet again. Boy, they had their chances. 2 offensive rebounds, but still coming up empty. And here's Ingram from the arc. And Hero grabs the board.
The green light they gave him early should probably turn red. He needs to get others involved.
Adebayo, no good. And for Toronto, they're shooting just 22% in the early stages of this one. And the shot's good. And the lead just keeps changing hands.
5 times already, and we still haven't gotten out of the first half.
Pass to Wiggins. There's 1:26 left in the first. And the foul called on R.J. Barrett. That's his first foul.
These calls can be so difficult for officials to make.
It's stolen by Barnes.
This is what superb defense is all about, guys. He read that all the way.
Offensive board. Miami trailing. Hero for 3. Again, the Heat misses.
He hasn't been able to find his touch this quarter.
Well, not at the offensive end, certainly. He cannot buy a bucket right now.
Quickly from outside. Knocks down the long J. Quickly's got 6.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
Here's Adebayo. And the layup is good off the glass.
That's the spot where Adebayo can do the most damage.
And there's a pick. Burks against Ingram. From deep, Hurdle. The rebound by Ware. Ware's got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Burks. It's deflected. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Raptors. The Raptors with a lead. Quickly passes to Pirtle. Here's the three. Miami grabs the miss. There's 21 seconds left in the first quarter. Hero for three. Nails it from three. Hero's gotten his second bucket of the game.
Yeah, rising up on a dime. I love seeing Hero be assertive like this.
Outside Barrett. Kicks it to Quickly. For three. Sinks the tray. He's got 9. And the chess match continues.
7 lead changes already, and we're still in the first half.
A big-time effort for Emmanuel Quickly, providing a lot of energy for the Raptors. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after this first quarter of play. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Raptors.
Yeah, their early focus on outside scoring has paid off. They're finding plenty of points from three-point land.
And the other thing I love, how they're making the extra pass. They're not settling for the first shot. They're going from good to great.
We've got Grady Dick, and it's Mobo in at the power forward position. That's the 5 out there for the Raptors. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Here's a great quote from Coach Eric Spoelstra, who said, "The Miami Heat culture is a system based on discipline and hard work. We stand for something. That's competition. That's winning. We feel that there's a championship DNA that you can develop." And Brian, they walk the walk.
One of the great organizations in the league, Allie. Something this Raptors team does very well is move the ball doors.
Yeah, B.A., this is an unselfish group of guys. They like moving the basketball, getting everybody involved. Amazing when a team has everybody touch it, how good it feels.
On the wing, Grady Dick. Let's go with a 3. Counted from distance. Dick's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
I'll tell you, Grady Dick can shoot for days. I mean, his confidence from beyond the arc is really incredible.
Right side, Anderson. We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. For Toronto, they've gone just 1 of 3 to begin the second quarter. Fires the 3. Love grabs the miss. For Miami, they've gone 2 of 4 here in the second quarter. Anderson for 3. That won't fall. He's just 2 of 5 in this one. Toronto's gone 1 of 4 from three-point land here in the second. On the wing, Grady Dick. Fires from deep. He's in his comfort zone. 2 for 2 to start this one.
Well, you love the activity out there. What a play. This guy is busy on the offensive end. Well, we love his ability to attack the rim. He just loses a little bit of focus and misses the chippy.
Beyond the arc. And it's Battle missing. Heat trail by 4. Things just don't seem to be clicking for them offensively.
Yeah, they really need to find a way to get back on track.
Robinson gets the bucket.
The defense really fell apart there. You can't afford to leave them all alone at the arc.
Here's Mobo. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. For Miami, they've gone 3 for 7 here in the second quarter. Akez no good. And for the Raptors, they're shooting 32% for this game. Not what they're hoping for. He drops it from range. Agbaji's gotten himself going with a triple, his first basket of the game. Mitchell deciding where to go with it. Anderson for 3. That one's good. Mitchell making the play. Mitchell's got 4 assists in the game. All right, Doris, you look at the criteria for traveling in the NBA. You think it's called often enough?
You know, B.A., I'm not sure the answer to that. It's amazing to me the speed with which these officials have to make the calls. Sometimes you go back and watch it, what looks like a travel is not, or what's not called a travel is. This is actually a harder issue than people think.
Ooh, a costly foul there. That'll send him to the line for 3 free throws. After their title in 2019, the Raptors have struggled to stay among the league's elite stores.
Well, think about it, PA. The driver of that title success was Kawhi Leonard and Kyle Lowry. Both of those players are gone. Very hard to replace players of that caliber. Almost inevitable they were going to take a step back.
Pass to Love. Shot is good, off the back rim and in.
How about the timing? Could be the difference between an assist and a turnover. Nice delivery.
There's the triple. Miami grabs the miss. And he ends that fast break chance. An intentional foul. That's a textbook example of the transition take foul rule. And he'll be shooting his first free throw. Heat trail by 3. Here's a quick shot. No good there. The Raptors have gone 4 of 10 from the field in the second. Here's Battle. From outside, off the mark. The Heat have gotten 5 of their first 11 shots to fall here in the second quarter. Outside, Anderson jacks up a 3. Abaji with a rebound.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
Here's Battle. And again, Toronto, no good.
I think he's gone completely dry. Nothing is hitting.
And this is where you hope that he can find something easy so he can see the ball go through the net.
From deep. Castleton can't hit. Mitchell up top. Outside Love. And again, no good by Miami. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that's been very close so far. Raptors out in front, leading by 3. Stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
Direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan. Half-court shot from line. They're thinking about the shot.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Emmanuel quickly with a strong contribution so far in this one.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far unstoppable.
Setting the floor for Miami. They've got Andrew Wiggins. Alec Burks is out there with Tyler Hero. Then it's Bam Adebayo, and it's Ware in at the 5, roaming the paint. Ingram, the pass to Barrett. That one falls. Nice feed that time from Ingram. Barrett's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. And the foul called on Emmanuel quickly. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
That's tipped. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by quickly. Here's Hero. He has 6. Out to the right wing. From downtown. And it's Ware missing. Deflects the pass. Toronto leading by 6. Here's Barnes, and the officials call goaltending, so they'll award the basket.
You love how Scotty Barnes embraces the challenge of a contested shot. Don't back down, Scotty.
Burks for 3. Miami, no good that time either. For Toronto, they've got 2 of 3 from the floor in this third quarter. For 3, Barrett. The rebound by Wiggins. And so it's Wiggins with it. He brings it up for the Heat. And Wiggins swoops in for the score.
This guy gets up in the air so smoothly. Andrew Wiggins, a nice foundation for that shot.
It's Barrett on the wing. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Heat trail by 5. Here's Wiggins. Oh, Wiggins with the silky touch at the rim.
Well, a case where he dominates in close, but Wiggins so versatile on offense.
And there's the call. It's on Bam Adebayo. That's his first foul.
Personal foul. First team foul.
And so here is Toronto. And again, Toronto, no good. Fast break, Miami. It's stolen by Pirtle. Here comes Toronto on the push. Oh, and a vicious dunk by Barnes.
Wow, shake the building with that finish, Scotty Barnes. My goodness.
Here's Hero. And there it is for him. Hero's got 8.
When you use it right, the pump fake's as effective a move as there is.
Barrett into the lane. Outside for Ingram. Quickly with a screen on Wiggins. Here's Ingram. And another basket for Toronto. Heat trail by 5. Here's Hero. Pass to Ware from outside the arc. Rebound Toronto. Lets the 3 fly, and that one's good. Ingram for 3. Ingram's got 5 points now in the quarter. Miami's gone 1 of 4 here in the third from range. Hero, the pass to Wiggins. Here's Ware. It's stolen by Pirtle. And another fast break opportunity for the Raptors. Here we go. A chance to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. For Miami, they've gone 3 of 7 here in this third quarter. And Adebayo slams it in.
Yeah, just a tremendous athlete. Bam loves to run. Runs so well at that center position.
For Miami, they've gone 4 of 8 in the third. Here's Ware. Pirtle grabs a miss. Pirtle's got his 5th rebound in this one. Outside Barrett. To the wing, right side. Pirtle finds Barrett. 3-pointer. Rebound Miami. Ware's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Here's Adebayo. And finished off by Adebayo.
What a confident dunk by Adebayo. He knows there's little the defense can do once he's elevated.
The shot by Pirtle, no good. Heat trail by 4. Adebayo with it. He's picked up by Barnes. It's Adebayo with the drive. And Adebayo slams it in.
Making sure of it with the 2-hand slam, B.A.
Yeah, I don't blame him. With the score this tight, you cannot take a chance here. Here's Quickly. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Quickly's got 11 points.
Assertive move. You can tell the game's heating up a bit.
And the foul called on Emmanuel Quickly. That's foul number 2 for him. So Toronto ends up going with a new group. Anderson with a screen. It's tipped. Here's Battles. Misses the 3. Out of bounds. It'll be Miami's ball. .26 seconds left in the third. Here's Robinson. Here's Love. And down it goes. 2 points.
The defense getting out-hustled on the putback. Can't let that happen.
You have got to put a body on somebody. We talk about it ad nauseum, but you've got to be disciplined with the box outs.
Pass to Agbaji. There's the 3. Sinks it from distance. Agbaji's got his 2nd basket.
Great finish. What a setup. Terrific ball movement there.
Mitchell, the pass to Anderson. Up in time. And that's not going to go. And offensively, a great show for the fans through the first. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
Nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. They've got Dick, and it's Mobo in at the 4. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto.
Coach is loving the ball movement.
Here's Jaquez. Outside for Mitchell. Outside Love. Pass to Jaquez. Rebound by the Raptors. Castleton's got 5 rebounds in the game. Outside Dick. Here's Castleton. Covered by Love.
And not often we get treated to a solo alley-oop.
Takes precision timing for sure. Anderson can't get it to go. All right, a look at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for Toronto.
Well, they have owned the offensive perimeter throughout this game, finding lots of openings and turning them into big shots.
And their fast break has also been a key metric in this one. They have had a significant advantage in transition over the course of this game.
A line change here for Toronto. Here's Adebayo. Pass to Ware. Over Pirtle. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Ware's got his first points in this one.
And that was the right decision. When you're in need of a bucket, you go to your most trusted guys.
Well, you've got to earn trust and equity by making shots. Nice delivery there.
Hero, the pass to Wiggins, and stolen by Barrett. And a fast break now for the Raptors. Barnes, no good.
Well, he saw the play coming together, but the timing was just a little off.
It was a really good thought for sure, but the lob has got to be better than that.
And Adebayo slams it in.
His hang time on the rim puts a sweet cherry on top, B.A.
It's a close game, and those displays of explosiveness can jumpstart a team. Dives for it. Here's Pirtle. Behind the back and lays it in.
Well, this is the expectation for Jakob Pirtle. His scoring in the post has to be there for him.
And Adebayo, the bucket, on the assist by Hero.
And defensively, how do you leave him that open in crunch time?
Ingram. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. It's on Alec Burks. The first one falls for him.
At the line for 2.
So he gets them both. Two-part equation. You have to be aggressive enough to get to the line, then talented enough to sink them.
If you're just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Hero for 3. Toronto grabs the miss. Barnes has got rebound number 5 here tonight. The 3 from Quickly. Hey, in 6 attempts, he's made 5. Talk about efficiency.
Yeah, he's in his bag from beyond the arc right now. You see his confidence.
And I think the defender knows once he gets cooking, look out. The bucket looks awfully big to him right now.
You love this intensity from Hero. I mean, he's willing to get physical there inside.
And so Hero nails both of them.
He knows just how important these shots are, and he makes them count.
2 minutes remaining in regulation time.
Pass to Barnes. Back to Quickly. The 3 is up. Adebayo grabs the board. Adebayo's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Hero for 3. Rebound Toronto.
Simply put, a bad shot, guys. They all know they can get a better look than that.
Barrett with it. Now Wiggins defending. Ingram fires from way outside. The long distance 3 is buried. Ingram's got 5 points in the quarter.
Look at how smooth Ingram's shot is. Caught off the pass, he puts up a silky jumper. 0 rim protection. Unforgivable in a tight ball game like this.
You know, we talk about execution offensively coming down the stretch. To me, it's as important defensively, and they didn't have it. Well, not exactly one of those big, burly power forwards, right? He depends on his leaping ability more than those guys, and it serves him just fine.
For 3, Barrett. The rebound by Ware.
You've got to find a way to get yourself going in some other way, because hoisting from 3 is not the answer.
Here's Burks. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
Alec Burks continuing to develop into a dependable scorer. He's got great size for a 2-guard.
That's good. Going 1 of 2 from the line. And that trims the lead to 6.
He's going to be kicking himself all night. This isn't the time to be wasting opportunities.
They grab their own miss. Ingram against Burks. The 3 connects from downtown. And the Raptors lead by 9.
Here in the second half, they're really focused on stretching the floor.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
A deep 3. Adebayo grabs the board. And here's Adebayo. He'll bring it up for the Heat. Pass to Burks. Adebayo, a screen on Barrett. And again, no good by Miami. And it's Toronto's ball. Ingram fires from way outside. Sinks it. What range from downtown.
The crafty play there by Ingram, using the pull-up jumper to beat the defense.
So it's the Raptors winning this one easily. Even early on in this game, they appeared happy to be playing at home.
And it makes
to see skilled bigs dueling down low. Kind of a throwback in some ways, but there's still plenty of physicality in the modern game.
Looking at the starting five for the Atlanta Hawks. In the post, it'll be Johnson and Okongwu. Young is out there with Daniels. And it's Rizachet in at the 3, the small forward. Offensive rebound. Pirtle kicks to Quickly. Pass to Barrett. Latre. And Emmanuel quickly gets the 3.
And the fireworks begin. Should be an amazing show tonight.
Yeah, and it's important to get that first score quickly and establish your game.
It's Barrett on the wing from downtown. Atlanta with the rebound. Ingram with the steal. Barrett the pass to Barnes. Barrett kicks to Barnes. Bangs home the trifecta.
When he's hitting that shot, this offense becomes scary, even more difficult to defend.
Yeah, if you can hit that with regularity, it opens up the floor so much more.
Mano y mano. This is where it can get a little personal.
Well, and as a fan of the game, you have to love these back and forth moments. Well, I'm surprised that didn't fall for him. We know that's a shot he can hit, and there wasn't much resistance either.
Off target with his 3.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
It's deflected. A 3 from Quickly. Johnson with the rebound. For Atlanta, they've gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. In the corner, Daniels. Young for 3. And Pirtle pulls it down. And here's Quickly for 3. Nailed from three-point land. Quickly's got 6 points.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, if he gets into a good rhythm early, watch out.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, DA?
Thank you, Kevin. Darko Rajakovic and I got a chance to talk for a little bit. Now, I talked with him about the challenges of guarding someone like Trae Young. Coach said, as soon as he crosses half court, you got to be on him. I told our guys, no separation. Of course, this defense will have to be very aggressive. Hope to stop Trae. Back to you guys.
Thanks, David. Now Barnes. After the missed 3 from Trae Young. That shot, no good. Puts up a deep 3. An absolute bomb from three-point range. 9 points in the game so far.
You know, the range Young has really is unlimited. He just feels comfortable shooting as soon as he crosses half court. I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
And this past offseason stand was pivotal for the Atlanta Hawks.
Yeah, they've been at a crossroads, Kevin, every offseason since their Eastern Conference Finals run in 2021. But after missing out on the playoffs last season, changes seemed inevitable.
Quickly with a wide open look. Had the opportunity on the break, but couldn't sink the 3. The kick out to Young. Shoots over Ingram, and Young with the basket on the assist by Daniels.
And defensively, you have to stay connected to Young at all times.
And he jumped out to that ball immediately. Great reaction on that deflection.
Yeah, and you know they're tracking the tips and deflections because that tells you who's affecting the game.
Now, here's Quickly. He's got 9. For 3, Ingram. Rebounded by the Hawks. 59 seconds left to play here in the first. Young from outside. Basket number 5 goes in. He's now 5 of 12 from the floor.
Creativity and shot-making ability to spare. Trae Young is getting loose tonight.
And it's the Hawks' ball. They're on a 14-6 run. Down low. Johnson kicks to Young. 3-pointer. Barnes grabs the miss. Toronto trailing. Fast break, Toronto. For 3, Ingram. Here's the 3. Drills the 3-pointer.
A solid shooter from outside the arc. Ingram is fantastic at realizing when he should take those shots.
They set the pick. And here's Young from the arc. Again, Young missing. One-on-one fast break. Barnes outside. Johnson with the block. It's out of bounds. The Raptors able to retain possession here. Two on the clock. Temple gets the bucket.
Terrific ball movement leading to the basket. You love to see it.
What a performance for Emmanuel Quickly. He has been the story for the Toronto Raptors. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Raptors.
Well, the thing about hitting early threes, it spaces the floor and makes things a lot easier offensively.
And also, guys, they're playing for one another right now. All those extra passes are leading to easy buckets.
So with Johnson sitting on the bench, here's the 5 for Quinn Snyder right now. Clint Capella is out there with Larry Nance. Then there's Karis LeVert. Then there's George Niang. And it's man in at the point. Here's Mobo. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Fires from way outside. Dick with the steal. For 3. Pass to Castleton. And again, no good by Toronto. Atlanta's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. LeVert from outside. And Castleton pulls it down. The Raptors have gone 0 of 4 in the second quarter. Obviously, that needs to change. And he recovers it. Dick wide open. Sinks the 3-pointer. Dick's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
And that is why this team has Grady Dick, a floor spacer coming into the league with an elite 3-point shot.
Back to man. 3-pointer. And Castleton pulls it down. Raptors leading by 3. Pass to Abaji. Lets the 3 fly. And the Raptors hit again from deep.
And for the defense, that is a heart-sinking moment when you see him that wide open from beyond the arc.
Man. And the 3 off target. The Raptors have gone only 2 of 7 from the field since the second quarter got underway. Dick can't get it to go. The Hawks trail by 6. Nance with no one around. No good on the 3. And the Raptors with possession. In the second quarter, they've given up just 3 points. Temple gets the bucket. Stan, we talk about this every night. So much great young talent coming into the NBA. Is there one player, though, in particular, who right now stands out to you?
But I have to say, Kevin, Victor Wembanyama, I don't know that we have ever seen a guy of that size do the things that he does. Now, you can say, well, what about Nikola Jokic? Well, Nikola Jokic, first of all, is not Victor Wembanyama's size.
Right.
And then Victor's handle and his length, the guy's incredible. He's going to be the face of the NBA for a long, long time.
Lets it go from deep. Shot clock reset for Toronto. The Hawks trail by 3. Launches it. Man can't hit. And here's Toronto. Pass to Abaji. Here's Mobo. Covered by Nance. Fires the 3. Rebound Atlanta. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. Nance sends a screen for LeVert.
Raptors foul. Castleton. That's his first personal foul. First game foul.
1:27 left now here in the second. Knocks down the 3 ball.
Yeah, that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
And that one's good, Abaji.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a 3-point shooting league. team's shooting a steady diet from outside.
A three-pointer is right on target. Mann's got the game tied up here for the Hawks.
That's inexcusable defense right there. You gotta contest the shot better than that.
Here's Castleton. Capella covering. Pass to Dick. Just 5 on the clock. Launches a 3. The offensive rebound.
Yeah, and that three-point shot, it really has looked awful here in the second quarter. It hasn't stopped him from attempting them, but it's time to maybe find something else to do.
Mann passes to Nance. This one for 3. Pass to Niang. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Mann's a screen. A miss that time would have put him up. And the first half comes to a close in a tie game. It's time now to go. Thank you, David. And we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit. And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Without question, Trae Young displaying his skills today.
Yeah, and the bulk of his damage so far has come from the perimeter. A lot of threes early on.
And defensively, they're giving him too many good looks out there. They need to start running him off the line.
In at the forward spots, we'll see Barrett and Barnes. Brandon Ingram's out there with Emmanuel quickly. And it's Pirtle in at the 5. That's the groove starting the second half for Darko Rajakovic.
And this is Ingram's attitude. He's ready to fire away as soon as the ball hits his hand.
Dan, I looked at your list of players you've coached, some incredible scores along the way, including Brandon Ingram. Let's zero in on him. What makes him so good?
Well, Kevin, look, when you've got Brandon Ingram's size, and then you have the ability to get where you want to go on the floor, and you can just get to that spot and rise up above people and knock down shots, you're virtually impossible to stop one-on-one, and that's what Brandon Ingram has.
What a talent. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, thanks. I asked Quinn Snyder what he enjoys most about coaching, and the Hawks coach said the opportunity to compete in such an intense way. Also, the tactics of the game and the intellectual part of player development. It's rewarding to see and have a part in someone's growth and improvement. Kevin?
David, that's coaching, right? Growth and development. A mind for the game for sure. I've always respected Coach Snyder.
And his team giving up a 3 at the other end, and Ingram craps back.
Here's Young. He's got 20. Lets it go with a 3. It's rebounded by Scotty Barnes.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
Defensive breakdown there, and they got lucky. He's not going to miss too many of those.
And here's Young from the arc, and they get it back. Shot clock at 6. Takes the 3. Another miss by Young. And Barrett has got the ball here for the Raptors. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Quickly kicks to Ingram. Pass to Barrett. Fires from the wing. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
And you see the passing instincts Barrett has. Great at recognition out on the floor. And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Ingram finds quickly. That's good, and it's Ingram with the assist. Now it's a 5-point Raptor lead.
Well, when you have a scorer as skilled as he is, you do everything you can to get him the looks he needs.
And don't look now, but they're starting to extend this lead.
Well, look, we've seen that no lead is safe these days. You got to keep scoring and extending that margin.
And in getting that 3 to go, he snaps an 11-0 run by the Raptors.
Barnes bounce pass and stolen by Okongwu. Young outside from outside the arc. It's rebounded by Scotty Barnes. Barnes has got 4 rebounds now tonight. And here's quickly for 3. The Hawks trail by 5. Okongwu dishes to Young. Takes a 3. Okongwu kicks to Young. It's stolen by Barrett. From past the arc. Atlanta with the rebound. Young's got his 4th rebound in this one. Reza Shea wide open. And once again off the mark by Atlanta. And it's the Raptors ball. They're on an 11-3 run. And that one's good. Ingram.
Well, they expect this from him. And he's a big reason they're out in front right now.
Now Young. He's got 23. 40 seconds left to play in the third. Boy, he launched that one from way outside. Young's got 12 points now in the quarter.
And the thing about Young's jumper, it's almost intimidating. And that unlocks so many other options for him.
Pass to Pirtle from the arc. Okongwu grabs the board. Okongwu's now got 7 rebounds in the game. 16 seconds left to play in the third. Okongwu with a screen on quickly. 5 to shoot. Young from deep 3-point range. Can't connect from long distance. And as we end the third quarter, a great game. Both teams playing well. The Raptors. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, he puts that pass right on the money and made things look easy for his teammates.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. So with Johnson on the bench, here's the 5 for Quinn Snyder right now. They've got George Niang. Clint Capella is out there with Nance. Then it's Terrence Mann, and it's LeVert in at the shooting guard position. Here's Mobo. And again, Toronto no luck. The Hawks trail by 4. And a wide open look for Capella. And Castleton pulls it down. Pass to Abaji. Good ball movement here by the Raptors. Dick, that's good. Dick's got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for the Raptors.
And whenever Dick is getting a pass, if he has any chance to get off a clean jumper, you know it's going up.
LeVert from outside. Oh, drew the foul and almost hit the three-point bucket. And he'll go to the line to shoot 3. It's going to go on Grady Dick. Good on the second free throw. Last one's off, and they'll settle for 2 points. Raptors leading by 5. Here's Dick, and the Raptors hit again from deep.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Man, sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. Here's Castleton. Capella covering. Castleton's shot is off. The Hawks trail by 5. Three-pointer, LeVert. Rebound by the Raptors. Dick's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Here's Abaji. LeVert defending. It's stolen by Nance. And we're around 2 minutes into the fourth quarter here. Toronto grabs the miss. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Fires from deep. They get it back. Here's Dick. Pass to Temple. Mobo He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Raptors lead by 7.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard. Defensively, you can't back off him that much. You don't want to give up easy threes at this stage of the game.
They get the rebound. Here's Castleton. His three-pointers off the mark.
Just too many missed threes for him tonight. He must be sharper here down the stretch.
Nance a screen. Wow, came this close to a 4-point play. He'll head to the line for 3 free throws. And let's get your take, guys, on the hustle stats for Toronto.
Well, look, you have to be able to count on energy and effort every night, and they're showing a lot of it with their transition plays.
And also, they continue to take advantage on the offensive glass. Those extra possessions paying off in second chance points.
Young for 3. The Hawks again can't hit.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
And here's Ingram from the arc. Okongwu grabs the board. Young outside. Puts up a 3. The shot's good on the assist by Daniels. Daniels has got 3 assists now in this one. Pass to Quickly. Now Barnes. Back to Quickly. Barnes with it. And here's Ingram from the arc. Shot number 12 goes in. He's made 7 of 12 now.
And that 3 was big. I mean, it cancels out the triple at the other end, and that appeared to really tighten this game up.
Barrett for 3. Okongwu grabs the board. The Hawks trail by 5. And here's Young from the arc. The shot comes out.
Well, I've been here before. You're looking to get back in the game, but desperation threes are not the way to do it.
Hurdle's shot is off. And now here's Johnson, a fast break chance. Atlanta again missing. Fast break. Here come the Raptors. Lob pass to Barrett. Hammers the alley-oop through.
Well, credit them for maintaining that aggression, even being up this much.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, just protect the ball, make smart decisions, don't give them a chance to get back in the game.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Out to Barrett. This one for 3. Drains the three-pointer. Barrett's got the lead up to 10 now for the Raptors.
And you know they feel good giving their fans a show here while taking care of business.
Yep, the crowd gets to go home feeling good about the win tonight. Their team looked impressive.
And so Toronto takes this one, but by a big margin. A confident win and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid performance.
tonight. We got a great front court matchup.
Yeah, this is a game, BA, I think, that has been circled on the calendar. These guys are competitive, but there are positional rivalries that do exist. And the only way you can measure up is standing across from your opponent. We've got that here tonight. Who's going to get the best of who?
Now the opening lineup for Atlanta. Risache and Johnson, they're the forwards. Trae Young out there with Dyson Daniels. And it's a Okongwu in at the 5. Adebayo against Okongwu. Here's Burks. Okongwu with the rebound. Young looking over the floor. Fires in the triple.
Difficult to try to stick with Trae Young, especially when he's rising up there.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Eric Spoelstra and I got a chance to catch up for a bit. We talked about star guard Trae Young, their biggest problem tonight. Coach said Young is one of the most explosive offensive guys in this league. We want to make him a volume scorer, force Trae into lower percentage looks. Should be a fascinating matchup, BA.
All right, appreciate it, Allie. And Young gets it to go.
Undeniable range. Young is going to pull up the moment he gets any angle out there.
And looking at Trae Young, Brent, his team's always finished in the top 10 in offensive rating.
Yeah, for Trae, those teams he's played on have normally been in the top 5, along with playing at a top 10 pace. So when he has the ball in his hands and he's coming at you, very difficult to stop. Young's so talented, you're basically guaranteed to have a good offensive team.
Hero with the bucket.
That's what Hero is. He's a shot maker, a guy who figures out ways to put the ball into the bucket.
Young on the attack. Three-pointer. Another 3 for Atlanta.
You don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
The Heat have gone 3 of 5 here in the opening quarter. Fires top of the key. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Hero's got 6 points.
And that time, Tyler Hero just so quick on the pull-up. Defense could not recover.
Young, the pass to Daniels. Hero against Young. And a bit of a battle for the ball. And the officials signal a jump ball here. And Atlanta with possession here. Just 5 on the clock. This one for 3. The rebound by Burks. For Miami, they've gone 4 of 6 in the first quarter. Nails it from beyond the arc.
So much of transition is just running hard and getting to the spot. Andrew Wiggins did it that time.
Pass to Okongwu. Outside Johnson. Young against Hero. Young can't hit.
Look, I know he wanted to answer with a 3 of his own, but you gotta play smarter. Play your game, not theirs.
Oh, and Johnson with a block. Young with it. Hero picks him up. Young, the pass to Johnson. Back to Young. Johnson a screen on Hero. There's Young with the 3. Knocks it down from distance. 12 points for him.
Man, we see this from Trae often, his ability to take over games with his scoring.
And Grant, the Heat last season retiring Udonis Haslam's number 40.
Yeah, he played his entire 2-decade career in his hometown of Miami. And for all of his contributions on the court, what he meant to this organization off the floor was just as important. Just great offense. The screen freeing him up for the slam.
Hey, without that screen, he doesn't get a clean look at the rim.
Yeah, well, I settle for the layup when you can attack the rim and rise up like that.
Offensive rebound. The kick out to Young. And it's Young again missing. Miami trailing. So both teams changing it up here.
First team foul. Substitution on the court.
We've got 1:08 left to play in the first quarter. Pass to Anderson. The 3 is up. And that's collected by Trae Young. And so it's Young with it. He brings it up for the Hawks. Puts up a deep 3. And it's Young again missing. For Miami, they've got 6 of 10 attempts to fall. Mitchell finds Adebayo. Gets the 3 to fall.
Too much to worry about with Bam when he's in the post and on the elbow making plays. And now he's making 3s. Wow.
4-3. Man misses. Miami has gone 2 for 4 from range to start things off. And it's Bam Adebayo scoring on a gorgeous play. Adebayo's got 5.
That's just tremendous scoring instinct. So fun to watch him work in the half court. Not a way to get out of a funk. He needs to be looking for good, solid, more efficient shots. Not the wild one he took there.
Such a wide open look. We've got 13 seconds left now in the first quarter. Man misses. Adebayo up top. And so it's the Miami Heat with a 6-point lead at the close of the quarter. Look. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter in this one. All right, guys, what do you think about the Heat here?
We all know good ball movement is what most coaches harp on, and their passing's been excellent so far.
Everybody just feeling the energy of the basketball as they moved it around, and lots of hands were touching it.
Jaime Jaquez out there with Duncan Robinson. Then it's Terry Rozier, and it's Ware in at the center position. That's the group on the floor for Miami.
And a vicious slam by Rozier, really sticking it to them.
He's going to punish you if you leave him open. He's more than willing to take the open 3 when he's got it.
Pass to Ware. To the inside. Stolen by Capella. From deep 3-point range. And the Hawks with another 3.
They keep capturing the lead, then giving it back. We'll see if they can hold on to it this time.
Well, you can tell they really want to increase this lead. They can't keep letting them take it from them.
Now here's LeVert on the wing man. Here in the second quarter, a little over a minute of play. No good on the triple. Miami has gone 3 of 6 from deep so far. Oh, got that bucket in no time at all. Robinson's gotten himself on the board with a 3 there.
That's his specialty right there. His confidence firing off the catch is remarkable.
Here's Larson. And the officials call a traveling violation. Highsmith, he's checked in for Miami. Risache, he's checked in for the Hawks. Atlanta's gone 3 of 4 from outside so far in the second quarter. Brent, it didn't take long for Jaquez Jr. to establish himself as one of the steals of his draft class.
Yeah, the interesting thing with where he played was how he gained the confidence of the teammates around him. A lot of expectations about playing winning basketball. Well, Jaquez did a lot of that in college. He's got great feel, great size, and seems to be in the right spot most of the time.
5 on the clock. Fade away. And that won't fall for him. He's 0 for 2. Atlanta's got it going from distance in the second quarter. 4 of 5 from deep. Miami has gone 1 of 2 from deep in the second quarter. Here's Highsmith. Miami, no good that time either. The Hawks have gone 4 for 6 here in the second. And the foul called on Caris LeVert. That's his first foul.
Just a little too eager for that rebound. As a result, he gets called for the over the back.
Yeah, just might have to take it down a notch there. Don't like the result of the foul. I like the tenacity, just not the foul.
Andrew Wiggins checked in for Miami. Hero comes in for Rozier. Nance, he's checked in for Atlanta. Johnson comes in for Krejci. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
Oh, save that for the dunk contest. That flush was so extra.
Whether or not this game is close, he's the same guy, focused on finishing firm at the rim.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Niang a screen. And here's LeVert for 3. And Hero grabs the board. Heat trail by 3. Here's Highsmith. 3-pointer off the mark. For Atlanta, they've gotten over 50% of their shots to go. 5 for 9 in the second. Pass to Risache. From behind the arc. Miami grabs the miss. And they're on the run. The teardrop. And the nice bucket inside from Hero. Hero's got 8. All right, Brent, in an ideal world, if you're team building and you have the ability to build around a type of superstar, what would that look like for you?
Well, BA, the game has changed so much. We see that the most valuable players now, today, are big wings that can handle the physical rigors of both ends of the floor, playing offense and defense, and have the ball in their hands and create advantage every time they touch the ball, whether they're scoring it or making plays for their teammates. But the biggest factor is this guy has to motivate and ingratiate himself to the rest of the team. Those are true high-level championship caliber players.
Niang, no good.
Just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Hero with it. Vance covering. Here's Jaquez. And he misses the go-ahead basket.
Well, he had the perfect opportunity to finish that one, guys, and just flat out blew it.
Niang outside. The 3 hits the trifecta. 6 points for him.
Yeah, draw the D in, kick it out for the open shot. That's taking the page straight out of your textbook. Well done.
Out left to the wing. Pass to Highsmith. Gets stolen by Johnson. And now the Hawks on the break. Here's Niang. Off target from 3-point range. Heat trail by 4. Hero outside. And it's out of bounds to the Heat as Miami retains possession. There's 10 seconds left to play in the second quarter. Mitchell, the pass to Anderson. That one's good. Mitchell making the play. Mitchell's got 3 assists in the game.
Good play call and good execution. The offense running on all cylinders.
And we're through the first half of play here in what's been a good one. All right, Allie, thanks for that. We will see everyone right back after this break, ready for the second half. Second half of basketball is upon us, and we may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game we've seen so far. Boy, what a great performance by Trae Young.
Can they come up with an answer for him coming out of the half? They have to change something defensively.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure Coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
And Atlanta, looking at who they've got. Johnson at the 4 with Okongwu at the 5. Dyson Daniels out there with Trae Young. And it's Risache in at the 3.
Well, right now, helping the offense out by creating space. Andrew Wiggins deadly enough from that spot.
A nice shot by Young.
Oh, you gotta love the back and forth, showing real confidence at the arc.
Yeah, both teams finding ways to the three-point line and trying to take advantage from distance.
Okongwu, the pass to Young. Takes a 3. And it's Young again missing. Miami's got 6 of 13 shots to go from outside the arc. You know, he's 6'9". Brent, would you call Bam Adebayo a small ball center?
If you were standing in front of him, BA, would you do that? I don't know if I want to do that. I want to ask Bam what he wants to be called, whether it's center or forward. It doesn't really much matter. This guy can play both ends of the floor and can dominate a game. He's got great strength, great length, and continues to grow his game.
To the paint. Pass to Adebayo. To the middle. Here's where. Boom! He jams it straight down.
I'll tell you, he is so tough to keep down once he gets near that rim.
Yeah, he can get up even a few notches higher. The Heat have gone 3 of 3 in the second half. Burks goes in, and he can't get that one. Good D by Okongwu. Here's Risache. He's guarded by Hero. Pass to Okongwu. Now Young. Johnson a screen on Wiggins. Young from long range. Puts up a 3. Young missing again.
And even though he couldn't send the shot back at him, he certainly altered it.
Yeah, that's the kind of energy that you want to see on every possession throughout the game. Not sure how he finds himself in so much space there. He's kicking himself for whiffing a bit on that one.
And he was dominant in their last outing, and the same thing here tonight. He is in a terrific groove right now.
Seems to be nobody standing in his way, no roadblocks for him to get to his spot, capitalize, and continue to be aggressive.
The kick out to Johnson. Off the mark there with a 3. Heat trail by 4. Hero outside, down low. And finished off by Adebayo.
That's everything you want there. Bam Adebayo up there, vertical, good hands, and a big throwdown.
And you look at the history of the Hawks, Brent, they've won 1 NBA championship. That was back in 1958.
Yeah, B.A., tough for people in Atlanta to even recognize that because the team wasn't there in 58. They were in St. Louis, and they were led by the great Bob Pettit, who was one of the first really impressive, agile big man of his era.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
With the game on the line, Ice Trey is dangerous man. Young said, I've been owning the moment my whole life. That's what I do. I've worked too hard to be afraid of the moment. Brian?
Well, Allie, it definitely shows in his play. It's great stuff there. Thank you. Buries it from 3. Young's got 24.
Their strategy has been pretty simple here in the second half. Attack from three-point range.
Maybe trying to find a little bit more space and ball movement to get guys open at the three-point line.
Adebayo, no good. Atlanta leading by 5. Fires the 3. Young missing again. The Heat have gone 4 of 9 in the third quarter. Burks a screen on Okongwu. Adebayo passes to Burks. Clock at 6. Wiggins from long range. And that one goes. He's now recorded his 5th bucket in 8 tries.
And this is Wiggins having one of those nights where he's earning it all. Monster game here.
Cash! Trae Young with a triple.
These teams are finding the range, showing a lot of confidence.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
Gets stolen by Johnson. Daniels passes to Young. Offensive rebound. Takes the 3. Connects again from distance. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable, B.A. Unbelievable.
Here's where a big-time effort for Trae Young, providing a lot of energy for the Hawks. And this is it. Glad to have you along for this 4th quarter. Heat trail by 8. Duncan Robinson is out there with Kyle Anderson. Then it's Bam Adebayo. Then there's Mitchell. And it's Larson in at the 2 guard. That's the group on the floor for Miami.
And great job to establish position and square up.
Atlanta with the ball. They lead by 8. Biggest lead of the game. Now here's Mitchell. He's covered closely. Here's Adebayo. And finished off by Adebayo.
Watch out when Adebayo gets vertical. That's a big bam.
And here's LeVert for 3. Miami grabs the miss. Robinson's got his 4th rebound in this one. Pass to Adebayo. Now here's Anderson. Back to Adebayo. It's Anderson on the wing. From the arc. Capella with a rebound. The Hawks lead by 6. Got a piece of it. Inside. Here's Anderson. Using his post moves to get the 2 points.
Lead passes like that are so hard to defend. He never had to break his stride. So full speed, 2 points.
A nice shot by Krejci.
That's one of the best three-point shooters. You got to try to scramble the Jets right here and get that guy off the sweet spot.
Adebayo sets a screen. Here's Mitchell. Drops in the layup for 2. Mitchell's got his first bucket in this one.
It's winning time, and that's a winning play.
Here's Mann. And a miss there on the triple. And it's Mitchell with the ball for the Miami Heat. Pass to Robinson. And here's Adebayo. Wide open look. And right through it goes. Adebayo's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Just another thing that Bam brings to your team, the ability to knock down jumpers.
We're about 2 minutes into the fourth here. Outside for Mitchell. The shot is good, and this game is back to even. And now we get a little perspective here on how the hustle game has been for Miami.
Well, their D has been a major story tonight. I mean, those steals and putting pressure on the ball, clogging the passing lanes, impressive.
Well, something else that has stood out is their up-tempo offense. And these guys have been on the track all game long. They're creating high percentage looks, getting out there on the fast break.
Zero rim protection, unforgivable in a tight ball game like this.
Well, I hope there's one player on that team out there that has interest in winning this game. Right now, it doesn't look to be one.
The shot by LeVert, no good.
I mean, he's trying to shoot his way out of what's becoming a prolonged cold streak.
Yeah, he's got to move on, forget about this sequence here, and try to find a way to get on the board.
On the push, here comes Atlanta. Good on the bucket.
Did you see that? I mean, going right to the rim, that's how you finish in the open floor.
Yeah, anything other than a layup in that situation, probably disappointing. Had numbers, took advantage.
Launches it. Adebayo grabs the board. Adebayo's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Pass to Robinson. Here in the fourth quarter, just under 2.5 gone by. That shot wide open.
One part of Duncan Robinson's game doesn't get talked about enough. He is willing to find open teammates.
LeVert outside. Fires for 3. Offensive rebound. Man, the pass to LeVert. On target from range.
Easy to see why they trust LeVert's judgment. Impressive watching him getting it done in a big spot.
Here's Mitchell. Pass to Larson. Fires from deep. That one falls. Nice setup by Mitchell. Larson's got 6 points in the quarter.
And that's a clutch shot by a big-time shooter. And where's the D?
And here's LeVert for 3. Miami grabs the miss.
At this point, I'm not sure if it's the play calling or the player himself.
To the left side wing. Here's Robinson. Throws it up high. Yes!
That's the kind of passing you want there. Work the ball around, keep it moving, try to get an assist on every bucket.
It falls! What a beautiful shot. Brings them within 3.
When a player gets a feel for that floater, it can really make things tough on defenders. You're just not sure how to guard them and where your point of commitment is.
And the Hawks going with a whole new group out there. Just 2 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. Young, the pass to Daniels. The kick out to Young. And Atlanta misses again. And it's Miami's ball. They're on a 17-7 run.
It's never easy from that distance, but we see him drill those and shoot around all the time.
Oh, no, I know he can make it, but that's warm-up, so maybe just a step too far.
And Quinn Snyder decides to call timeout. Great time to call his guys into the huddle at a very tense moment in this game. What do you think Coach will be drawing up here?
And a 3 would tie it up. If they have to make one extra pass to get a better shot, they probably have just enough time to do that. Defensively, you can't afford to get stuck on the pick.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow.
Regulation is ended, and we are headed to overtime. We'll take a quick break and then get you back to the action. And now we get set for overtime in what has been a stirring contest. They've got Bam Adebayo. Tyler Hero is out there with Duncan Robinson. Then it's Andrew Wiggins, and it's Ware in at the 5. A clear look for Hero. Gets an open look and hits it.
Man, I'll tell you what, the pressure is cranked up. Who better to call than this guy?
There's Young with the 3. Pure from 3-point range. Young's got 33 points.
That's pretty much not how they want to defend the 3-point line. Somebody's got to shadow him out there.
lays it from 3.
And they retake the lead with a bounce-back 3.
Hero against Young. Burks, he's checked in for Robinson. A 3 off the inbound. And Young the bucket on the assist from Rizachet. Young's got 36 points.
But just incredible. I mean, he's really making it rain out there, knocking them down one after another.
I don't like he's in his living room right now. He's found a comfort zone. Once he gets that, the defense knows they're in trouble.
Adebayo, a screen on Young. Burks no good.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
And Young draws the double. Pass to Daniels. 3-pointer. The rebound by Burks. The Heat have gone 2 of 3 from the field as OT gets going. To the inside. Here's Ware. Guarded by Young. And finished off by Adebayo.
Bam stepping up and making a huge play for his team that time.
Young, the pass to Daniels. Fires the 3. Drills it from deep.
And how about Daniels embracing the spotlight? He loves hitting these big-time shots.
Here's Hero. And he drops it in from the low post.
Tyler Hero in the zone.
And here's Young. He'll bring it up for the Atlanta Hawks. Pass to Daniels. Back to Young. And here's Okongwu. He's guarded by Hero. Fast break Miami.
Now that's one to remember. What an impact on the game.
I'm wondering, is that the biggest shot of the game?
Here's Rizachet. The kick out to Johnson. And he drives in. Count it!
A monster finish with authority.
And he hangs on the rim for a little extra spice. Adebayo. And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line. And no surprise here. At this stage of the game, they're going to use...
Hold the action down. But with so many close calls in every game, the NBA was smart to adopt this challenge policy in 2019.
You know, one thing this does for a coach is let his players know he's got their back. If they're adamant that the call was wrong, he'll back them up and make the refs take another look. So they see clear evidence of a bad call, and they're going to overturn it. Probably the right decision.
And give credit to the officials for recognizing the mistake and correcting it. Nobody likes to say they got it wrong, but they fixed it in a hurry.
Wiggins looking around. Over to the left wing. Here's Ware. He's off from 3. And they committed intentional foul. We'll see another one of those, so they get into the penalty.
Yeah, just trying to keep this game alive. Not a bad foul right there.
And so they foul intentionally. Ooh, he doesn't hit the first. That was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though. And he's able to hit the second one, and that'll put him up 2. And so it's Eric Spoelstra with the timeout here. And Coach didn't want to take any chances in this situation, which is why he called the TO. What's the best strategy for him?
I would honestly attempt to get the ball near the rim, because even if the shot doesn't fall, a quick putback will suffice.
So it's a narrow victory for the Hawks, pulling it out for the W. It was touch and go there for a while, but in overtime, they caught it.
by their big men. I think it's going to be physical and highly intensified.
Let's check out Toronto's starting lineup. Barnes and Pirtle make up the inside pair. Emmanuel quickly out there with Brandon Ingram. And it's Barrett at the 3. And so it's the Heat getting on the board first. And here's Ingram from the arc. And Ware pulls it down. And here's Hero. He'll bring it up for Miami. From outside the arc. And no good. On the wing quickly. Burks covering. For 3, Ingram hits the three-point bomb.
A solid shooter from outside the arc. Ingram is fantastic at realizing when he should take those shots.
Now, here's Burks. Jacks up a 3. Good on the three-point shot.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Here's Ingram. And the Raptors hit again from deep.
And his team giving up a 3 at the other end when Ingram craps back.
Hero with it. Out guarded by Ingram. To the inside. And out of bounds as Toronto gains possession. The Raptors have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Beyond the arc. And Ware pulls it down.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Here's Adebayo. Second shot opportunity, and the layup is up and in.
And inside is where Bam is at his best. He knows how to outwork the other guys in the paint.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Well, Kevin, I did speak with head coach Eric Spoelstra. Coach had praise for one of the opponents tonight, the versatile Scotty Barnes. He told me Scotty's somebody that can do it all. He can score, pass, rebound, and defend multiple positions. That's rare for a player his age. So, Kevin, Scotty's still growing as a player.
Thank you, David. Got that bucket in no time at all. Ingram's got 9.
R.J. Barrett with excellent vision. And it's not just the vision, it's the ability to put it on time and on target. Nicely done.
Raptors with the lead. Doris, something R.J. Barrett can do well is put stress on that defense with his three-point shooting.
Well, he's a little bit of a streaky shooter, Kevin, but it never affects his confidence. This guy just keeps coming at you and keeps believing in himself. Historically, his shooting gets better over the course of a season.
Ware, good.
Oh, great job moving the rock by Hero. Not a ball stopper. Tyler is a team player.
Quickly the pass to Ingram. Takes a 3. It's Adebayo with the rebound.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Burks can't get it to go. And so quickly we'll bring it up for the Raptors. Near the three-point line, it's Ingram. And a little luck that time, but it drops. He's got 14.
A natural-born scorer. Ingram is a walking bucket, and he can beat you in so many ways. No clue how he got that one to fall.
And the Raptors going out now with a whole new group. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Raptors.
Absolutely dialed in from beyond the arc so far in this one. The defense is surrendering the long-range shot here early on.
And their assist total, also impressive early, creating with the pass and playing for teammates.
1:19 left in the first quarter. Here's Ware with the second effort. Second chance shot. Mitchell wide open. And he's good on the 3-ball. Guys, no one team gaining control early on.
Yeah, you look at the lead change. It's 6 already.
Here's Walter. And the Raptors miss again. Miami's gone 3 of 6, 50% from deep so far tonight. Here's Mitchell. Pass to Ware. Mitchell feeling it out a bit to the middle. Stolen. Fast break Toronto. Here's Walter. Triple from the wing.
And the defense scattered all over the place on the break. Nice job finding the wide open three.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Larson with the bucket.
And offensively right now, each team getting what it wants.
Yeah, this is already a high-scoring game, but we knew that was a possibility coming into this one.
Over to the wing. Here's Lawson. Pass to Walter. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Anderson outside. Buries it from three-point range. Lawson from outside. And no good on the last second attempt this time. No shortage of scoring here at the end of the first quarter. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for Miami.
And guys, I love the movement. Doing a great job of just getting the ball on a string, creating some opportunities.
Well, also, guys, what a start from beyond the arc. A huge part of their game today. That's going to help their spacing.
Jaime Jaquez is out there with Adebayo. Then there's Terry Rozier. Then it's Mitchell, and it's Wiggins in at the small forward. It's the group on the floor for Miami. The Raptors shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game.
And 75% on the season as a unit from the free throw line.
Tyler Hero, he's checked in for the Heat, and he nails the third. And eventually, every player, GA, has to grapple with age, realizing they've lost a step or two against the young fella. And sometimes, that is a very slow realization.
Oh, it is, Kevin. Hopefully, by that point, it's less about financial security and more about prolonging the inevitable, simply for the love of the game.
And it's Rozier, that time on the assist by Wiggins. Rozier's got the lead up to 4 now for the Heat. Castleton. Great D that time from Adebayo. Miami's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. And it's Rozier missing. Toronto, they've gone 0-3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second quarter. Pass to Castleton. Dick with it. Nothing on the board. 6 on the shot clock. And again, Toronto no up. The Heat leading by 4. And here in the second with about a minute and a half gone by. Fast break. Here come the Raptors. Launches a 3. And that one's good. Abaji. Abaji's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. The Heat have gotten only one of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. And a wide open look for Hero. And they come right back with their own three-pointer.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Now, here's Adebayo. That's good, and it's Rozier with the assist. And it's a 6-point Miami lead.
We all know Terry Rozier can score the ball, but boy, showing the selflessness right there with that pass.
There's a good screen. Up again. Great positioning on the putback.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Fires from deep. And Castleton pulls it down. Raptors trail by 4. Here's Temple. Offline with his 3. Well, G.A. Adebayo came from very humble beginnings.
Yeah, raised by his mother. And Kevin, Bam's main motivation in life was to get her out of that trailer. He worked extremely hard, and now, arguably, a top 25 player.
Well, exposing a weakness in the defense, that's just way too easy, guys.
Rozier into the lane. Stripped away. Fast break, Toronto. Dick wide open. Cans the shot with nobody near him. Now just a 1-point Heat lead.
And that is why this team has Grady Dick, a floor spacer coming into the league with an elite 3-point shot.
Outside Hero. And a wide open look here for Wiggins. Hits it from three-point range. Wiggins has got 5 points now this quarter.
What a terrific play by just a tremendous all-around player. This guy makes it look easy.
And out of bounds as the Heat gain possession. And Miami making a change here. Highsmith is checked in. And Miami has possession. They lead by 4. Here's Hero. Highsmith the pass to Hero. And another shot. Jaquez outside. Some nice ball movement here by the Heat. The 3. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Pirtle's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. For 3, Barrett. And it's Miami with the rebound. Adebayo with the ball. Headed now by Barnes. Up and in on the layup. And the Heat lead by 6.
And that's his strong suit, the ability to find his way through the D and finish at the rim.
Here's quickly. Ingram finds Barrett. Ingram setting a pick for Barrett. Back to Ingram. 3-pointer. Offensive rebound. Fires the 3. Connects from 3-point range. Ingram's got 17.
And working away from the ball, Ingram thrives in the catch and shoot. A player you have to stay connected to on defense.
Wiggins from outside. It's rebounded by Scotty Barnes. Ingram outside. Barnes screen on Wiggins. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. Miami ahead, up 3. Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball. Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. Brandon Ingram has been sensational.
And if he can keep shooting from deep like he did in the first half, he's going to be more than a handful.
What I love is they've continued to feed this guy. Ride the hot hand until the defense does something about it.
Setting the floor for the Raptors. In at the forward spots, we'll see Barrett and Barnes. Brandon Ingram's out there with Emmanuel quickly. And it's Pirtle in at the center filling out the middle. Here's Barrett. And Pirtle has it in the corner. Pirtle sets the pick for Ingram. Here's the 3. Trains it from beyond the arc. Ingram's got 20.
And known for the jump shot, Ingram needs to keep firing away with confidence from that spot.
Here's Hero. Kicks it out to Wiggins. And Wiggins throws it down.
And he shows us all what the breakaway rim was invented for.
Can you believe he almost brought the whole thing down by hanging on that long? And that's a foul called on Bam Adebayo. That's his first foul.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there. And really a tough break for the D.
A different look for Miami. Kyle Anderson, he's checked in for Bam Adebayo. Duncan Robinson comes in for Wiggins. And Davion Mitchell's subbed in for Hero. Ingram against Burks. And slam dunk by Ingram.
Going for a dunk. Ingram uses that physicality, clearing the defense out of his way.
Here's Anderson. Good, and the assist goes to Mitchell. Mitchell's got 3 assists in the game.
And that solid play in the paint continues here, guys.
Raptors trail by 4.
Substitution on the court.
Here's quickly. Out to Ingram. Fires for 3. Larson with the rebound.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing. Want easy looks? Don't allow the defense to set up.
What a beautiful fast break opportunity, and the finish pretty good.
Pass to Ware. Anderson a screen on quickly. Lobbed up there for Anderson. It's deflected. Here's Walter. Guarded by Robinson. The shot that time, not on target. Miami leading by 6. Here's Walter. The 3. The shot off that time. And it's Anderson with the ball for the Heat. They lead by 6, their biggest margin. Stolen by Quickly. Here's Mobley.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
The Raptors shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight. First free throw is good. And so he makes both from the line. And it's the Heat with the ball. Mitchell kicks to Robinson. Here's Anderson driving inside. And the layup falls. Anderson's got 4 points this quarter. Raptors trail by 6. Here's Walter. Barnes the screen. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
The Raptors shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game. The Heat making a switch here. Highsmith is checked in. And Toronto also making a switch. Hurdle's checked in. Right side Robinson. And stolen by Lawson. The tray. Highsmith grabs the miss. Miami leading by 4. Robinson on the wing. Lawson defending. Here's Ware. And Pirtle pulls it down. Pirtle's got rebound number 5 here tonight. And again, no good by Toronto. Heat have gone 5 of 7 from the field in the 3rd quarter. Let's see if they can keep it up. Out to the right wing. Now the Raptors moving it up. Barnes outside. Hey, Doris, how has Scotty Barnes advanced his game since being named Rookie of the Year back in 2022?
Well, all the physical skills are there for him. Tremendous athlete, cross-positional defensively. I think what happens for young players is they start to read the progressions of the game more quickly. Now you can put the ball in his hands, let him be a decision maker. This guy is a stat stuffer.
Bam Adebayo is checked in for Miami. Rozier comes in for Mitchell. To the paint. Pirtle, the pass to Barnes. And it's Barnes slamming it down.
That's big time length and athleticism by Scotty Barnes, leaving no doubt.
Pass to Walter. 32 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter. Three-pointer, Lawson. Larson with the rebound. Miami's gotten a 3-point bug tonight. They've taken 15 shots outside the arc. 6 of 15.
Well, the quickness on display. Terry Rozier on the break. Dangerous, dangerous, dangerous.
They grabbed their own miss. Pirtle. Great D that time from Adebayo.
Boy, this guy is a good finisher, so he misses a chippy. That's tough to take.
First team foul. Substitution on the court.
Here's Wiggins. Just 3 on the clock. That concludes the 3rd quarter. It continues to be an exciting neck-and-neck game. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery.
We call that putting it right in the pocket, and he knew what to do with it once it was there.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the 4th quarter. Alec Burks is out there with Terry Rozier. Then there's Kyle Anderson. Then it's Bam Adebayo. And it's Wiggins in at the 3 spot. It's the group on the floor for Miami. Here's Barrett. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Barrett's got his first basket.
We've seen this time and again. R.J. Barrett will not be deterred by a little contact.
Over in the corner, Rozier. Here's Anderson. He takes it in. That's good, and it's Rozier with the assist.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
Here's Ingram. Pops in the layup for 2. Ingram's got 24.
And I love it when Ingram works for that high percentage look. Such a high basketball IQ.
Pass to Anderson. Launches it. Walter pulls it in.
Boy, he won't miss many from that spot. The defense gets lucky there.
Quickly the pass to Pirtle. Here's Walter. Screen by Pirtle. Toronto working the ball around now. Clock at 6. Raptors need to get a shot up. Here's Anderson. Nifty move. He lays it in. Anderson's got 10 points in just the second half. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the Heat?
And they've shown great focus on the defensive end, putting constant pressure on the ball and really disruptive in terms of what they've done defensively.
And another theme in this game to me, guys, has been how lethal they've been in transition. Attack on the break and make sure you convert. That's one for the highlight reel right there. He didn't hold back anything on that finish.
Yeah, he earned that one. I mean, taking the hit and still able to get that one to go down.
And the Heat with some changes. Ware's checked in. Robinson is subbed in for Alec Burks. And here's Hero. He'll bring it up for the Miami Heat. It's a 1-point game. Lets the 3 fly, and Robinson gets it to go on the assist from Hero. Robinson's got his first 3 points of the game. Pass to Ingram. There's the triple. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Such a clutch shooter. This guy lives for these kinds of moments and delivers.
Hero kicks to Robinson. And Pirtle pulls it down. Pirtle's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. And here is Quickly. Barrett dishes to Pirtle. And the dunk by Pirtle.
How about they look to Pirtle in a critical stretch and he comes through. The pressure bringing out his best.
Hero kicks to Wiggins. Quickly against Hero. And he comes up with the deuce. And the Heat lead by 1.
And, you know, some guys shrink as the game tightens. Hero calls for the ball. Clutch.
And that one's good. Ingram. Time running low, guys, and somebody has got to win this one.
Yeah, well, who knows? We overtime in this one. It's been that kind of a game. Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Barrett kicks to Ingram. Pass to Pirtle. Back to Ingram. Now, here's Quickly. He's covered by Hero. Quickly the pass to Ingram. Wow, drew the contact, and that 3 almost went in, so he'll go to the line for 3 free throws. It's going to be on Bam Adebayo. The Raptors making a switch here. Barnes is checked in. And so he's good on all 3 free throws, and that gives them a 4-point cushion.
Wow, I tell you what, those free throws will give them some much-needed breathing room. 2-possession game now.
And Robinson wide open. He shoots. Count! And what a sensational bucket to bring them within 1.
And that one sends the bench into a frenzy.
I'll tell you, these guys have worked so hard together. Everyone pulling in the same direction. Beautiful to watch.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
Robinson sets a screen for Adebayo. Robinson down low. Covered by Barnes. Got it! And that shot brings them to within just 1. I think we'll see them burn the clock a bit here.
Yeah, smart move. And he's been a force on the glass all game long.
A lot of it comes down to great fundamentals, establishing position early, controlling the backboards.
And the call will be against Emmanuel quickly. That'll be his second foul of the game. Hero against Quickly. Outside Hero for the win. It's in!
How about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the pass.
And the timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. The magnitude at this juncture in the game clearly warranting a timeout. So I'm looking at the clock, and guys, the situation. What do you think we're going to see next?
Not sure they have enough time for the catch and shoot here. Only hope is to try for a tip-in off the inbound. They've got their work cut out for them on this possession.
Hurdle with the steal. And so the big win by Miami in a tight... All right, David, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Doris...